Here's a closer look at Critical Incident Combatives, brought to you by 10X Defense. So you're here, you turn to one side, you come up on your elbow, you put your hand right here. If the guy's really close, you can throw a kick. Stand up, and you're in the fight, right? Well, this here, so same thing. Right here, kick, come up, and now this leg tucks right here, underneath this one right here, right? This foot is not going to be closed like they teach you in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's going to be out here, because the next motion you're going to do is actually pushing motion with your chest like this, and you actually don't even need your hand right here, because your chest and your hips are going to drive, and you're going to come to your knee right here. And then from here you can start. Now you have a better field of vision here. You can stand up a lot easier. Okay, and even if you're here and you're forced to turn around, you're able to come around with that weapon. So now this from here, let's say you're not able to turn to your side, right? You're already up. Right. Instantly, like without little effort. It's the same thing as doing this. But it's a modified leg squat. So you're here, and you're up. It's efficient, it's safe, but at the same time you have to remember you're dependent on the situation. You might not want to stand up if the guy's right on top of you.
Right. So it's dependent on their proximity. Cool. I can add on to that. So, like Josh said, I think in PDR world, in Spear world, we cover the tactical get-ups, but it all starts from how we end up on the ground, especially when you're talking about with kit. I've actually, trained this with my guys. We tend to think that being here is where we kind of end up, right? Falling, you can end up here, you can end up here, but we go with where our body and brain wants to focus is wherever the threat is going to be. So if the threat's there, I'm going to want to shift over here. The way I set my legs up is kind of in this figure 4 position, and what this helps me do is if the guy does come in, it's a non-telegraphic way to set my lower body up, to use my lower body weapons without telling them that I have lower body weapons. You're on your rib cage here, shoulder, tricep. You have your hands in front of you, so you have one hand for long range, one for short. When you do deem it safe, we look at the different levels and assessing at the different levels. So, like Josh said, when you have, when you're coming up to here, you have that strain. And also, the reason why I pointed out the elbow thing is on the cement, on non-skid, on different surfaces other than a matted surface, this sucks, okay? So one thing that we do is we slap the ground in order to clear the elbow up. So as we come up, we slap in here. So the elbow doesn't necessarily scrape, right? It just comes under here. That gets us up to this point. At this point, we still need to deem if it's safe, right, at each level. So if it's not safe, if Josh is the bad guy and he comes in, then obviously that's not safe. I would be back down here where I have all 4 of my tools to protect myself, right? Nice pointy things to keep you from hitting me. But once I deem it safe, now I can come up here. Then I can come up to this grounded position here. Once again, I need to deem that it's safe before I go. So from here, I'm assessing, making sure everything's good to go. If he's my threat, I'm still ready to fight him. Where you'll also see the commonality in bringing this base foot in here. So now I can get up and press up here. And this is a very small movement. Just bringing this foot in here just sets your body up to get up. Having this hand in the back is mostly for most of the people, that aren't athletically inclined, especially on the ground. You know, they may be strong standing up, but on the ground, you take away certain tools and now they got bad backs, their knees are all screwed up. So you have this kind of post here to kind of, you know, post these to push the hips up slightly, which makes it a little bit easier. Now, depending on what type of kit you have on, so for our armed professionals, if you're running slick, you know, just light kit, just a vest. And then, you know, you got the guys that are carrying heavy shit like the medics or the breacher. You know, having the breacher having this setup, it's going to be good just to get him, you know, rocking forward. The other piece that we bring out is if you look at the ankle, because right now, as we transition to this position here, our ankle is in danger. Okay, the ankle is a part that's in danger right now. So if you're up on the toe too soon and you have to fall back, you can see that my weight is going, right? So you're going to want to keep this foot flat.
Yes.
Here, as I'm coming up, boom, foot's flat. Now it's safe here to get up. If I need to draw, I can shoot from whatever position I need to. If I need to switch, I can switch from whatever position I need to. Once again, I'm continuing to assess at each level, and at this level, where I feel, okay, it's good to get up, then I'm going to press straight up. Boom. Now I'm ready to go. Unarmed, armed, doesn't matter. So I realize if I'm not wearing anything, you know, and I happen to get pushed down, and I'm like, oh shit, now I can just get back up. It's not a big deal, right? I just have to be aware of proxemics, because if Josh is sitting on top of me, I'm not trying to get up. I'm either trying to bring him down to my level, or I'm working a way to affect him to get up quicker, or I'm getting to a weapon. You know, if I have a weapon of opportunity, whether a knife, I want to stab him, or whether my gun and I want to get my gun out, I need to get up safely.